Some Americans tell you to flee from debt. That is the worst thing that can happen to you. Dave Ramsey, anyone? I like the guy, but the emotional idea that all debt is evil is actually wrong. Some debt is being leveraged by the very billionaires to buy more assets. I'm gonna talk about the types of debt and the buy, borrow, die strategy and how you as a European can make it yours, leveraging margin loans and other tax-deferred debt that is working in your advantage. Let's get to it. Hello, fellow wealth seekers! Today we're talking about the danger word, debt. Let's think of it as fire. Fire that can heat up your house or burn it down. It depends entirely on how you contain it. Number one, the danger zone. Debt as personal credit. You are getting an absurdly high interest rate to finance something that depreciates in value. Think of Klarna, think of personal credit, stay out of it. Number two, the acceptable debt, such as a mortgage. You're paying 3 to 4% realistically to finance a house that you would not be able to afford in your 30s as you are very well accumulating your wealth and investing somewhere else as well. Diversification is great. But you are illiquid, you're sort of trapped with your net worth. Green zone, the great way to leverage debt, margin loans. You're buying against a part of stock or an asset that by selling it would depreciate in value, but by simply using it as leverage stays there, tax deferred, and allows you to get cash to invest somewhere else, potentially into getting another appreciating asset without any trouble of interest, at the lowest interest possible actually. And the latter brings us to the ultimate tax loophole. Say you get to an acceptable level of wealth via ETF, investing, net return, 20% savings rate, all the usual rules we talk about. It could be bringing you to $500,000 in 15 years. Now, you want to fund an asset or life, a sabbatical, and say it costs up to 100K. If you were to sell part of your ETFs, you would be suddenly hit by taxes from your government, up to 30% even. And there you go, 30K gone in the middle of your accumulating years. That's really suboptimal. Instead, leveraging margin loans and borrowing against that illiquid asset allows you not to ever sell it, not generating a single tax event, and getting the money tax-free. There it is, twice. You are tax-free because you don't sell, and you are tax-free because debt is not taxed. It is a very interesting tactic to accumulate and invest somewhere else. The last step is basically you never pay it back. The inheritance falls into your heirs. There is up to 400K tax exemption from an inheritance in countries such as Germany. So they would be able to do what they want with it, liquidate it to pay off the debt you left, or simply leave it as an additional collateral against that and eventually pay it off with the years, seeing their own wealth effectively untouched. And the beauty is you don't need to be a billionaire upfront to do that. You can use a very efficient broker such as Interactive Brokers that allows you margin loans at the benchmark rate plus a tiny spread, effectively borrowing up to 100K at 4 to 4.5% interest rate. Indeed, you heard well, a personal credit, not at the interest rate of 12+%, but 3 times less. This is simply fantastic. There's a good and bad news situation here. The good news, broad European ETFs are used as collateral. So any of your old world ETFs will do, and they allow you to borrow up to 50% cash against those stocks. The bad news, they do not issue a margin call, but instead auto-liquidate should your total portfolio fall below the value of what you borrowed. Say the stock market crashes by 60% overnight. I understand, I'm being dramatic, but let's go extremely conservative for this example. You would need no more than 20% of your stock asset value borrowed in cash, or else it would get depleted by this auto liquidation process. The rich get rich by conservatively borrowing and consecutively. So instead, I recommend you to borrow 20% of your stock assets at a time, so as not to ever be in danger of a liquidation if a dramatic stock market crash happens. And if this latter example doesn't feel right for you, if you're not fully convinced, this is also fine. What I would like you to take out of this video is mostly that debt is not all evil. Yes, the snowball effect is needed. You have to tackle your highest interest rate debt first. Personal loans, credit cards, eventually mortgage. But please leave your ETFs alone, compounding silently. Without that, you're depleting it before even getting close to the finish line. Until the next session, European Wealth Lab out.